What's up, everybody? We are taking a venture back into Arena, taking a look at some of the new Dominaria United cards and some of the constructed formats. Today, we're taking a look at a brand new legendary creature making its way into an existing combo deck in Explore. Let's go. What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ruxor, and here we do all things magic and magic spellslingers. Today, we are playing Arena again for first time in a while. It's been a little bit since I have done something here, so I wanted to just dabble back in, see what's up. And it was great timing because of the Dominaria United release. It's been a little bit since that release, and now kind of the existing archetypes have kind of stabilized. There's some cool new aggro decks and mid-range decks. I know a lot of people are messing around with Liliana the Veil. We are not doing that. We are using Meria, Scholar of Antiquity, which is the new red-green legendary. So it's 1 red-green for 3/3 legendary creature elf artificer. Rare to have a green artificer like this, with a activated ability to tap an untapped non-token artifact you control to add a green mana. So this is very similar to Urza High Artificer, if you are familiar with that from Modern Horizons, or the that set. And it has another ability to tap 2 untapped non-token artifacts you control to exile the top card of your library, and you can play it this turn. So very interesting to have this artifact-centric legendary in the red-green colors. Just never seen before, and it makes a lot of sense for what this card does, right? It makes lots of mana, gives you extra cards. Both of these abilities are very red and green, but they do it using artifacts. Originally, a lot of people were expecting this to do things in, kind of the Commander or Highlander formats, just using and abusing a lot of the fast mana to, ramp out, make a bunch of mana, and then use them for card advantage, and obviously some combos. Here, we're kind of doing the same thing to a certain extent, but we're using it with Paradox Engine. So this is the Paradox Engine combo deck. Here, let me move this over here. Says whenever you cast a spell, untap all non-land permanents you control. So here we just have a bunch of ramp using Mox Amber, Moonsnare Prototype, Elvish Mystic, Lenore Elves. We've got also some Courier's Briefcases here, which I'll talk about. And we're basically just trying to cast Paradox Engine as soon as possible, and then start casting spells, which will untap our ramp, and then let us keep going. Now, Meria interacts very well with this deck, especially with Paradox Engine, because essentially all of our things are now mana engines to work with Paradox Engine. So, we can turn our Courier Briefcase into a permanent treasure, a permanent mana source. Same thing with Prophetic Prism. And then later on we can use those artifacts to generate more cards using the second ability of Meria. So that's really kind of where we're going to be using Meria's ability, because really we have a ton of mana already with these things, but Meria is going to let us draw a bunch of cards. So yeah, we've got these at our early mana. Kin and Bonder Prodigy is a really powerful card, making it so that anytime we tap a permanent that is not a land for mana, we get 2 of whatever that permanent could produce. So our Mox Ambers will be adding 2 mana, Moonstar Prototype adding 2 mana. Same thing for these guys. Same thing for, I don't think this is how it works for Meria. I'm not 100% sure about that. We'll have to see if that is an interaction. My guess is yes, since you are tapping something. No, because this is different. This is an activated ability for Meria, so you're not actually tapping anything. You're using this as a cost, so never mind. But still remains. We also have Karn the Great Creator here to help search for a couple of things in our sideboard, which will help us win the game. Really not a lot of artifacts running around on the opposing side usually, so that first ability is not doing too much. But we've got a couple of things here in our sideboard that will help us out. First of all, more Paradox Engines. reality chip to help us draw a bunch of cards, Seeka's Chariot if we need some blockers, and the win con here is Aetherflux Reservoir. We've also got some slower stuff like God Pharaoh Statue and Meteor Golem. We have a land here in Treasure Vault. If we really need it, we can -2. This notice this doesn't say non-land, so if we really need 5 mana, if we have Paradox Engine in hand and we don't have a 5th land, you can Karn, or 5th mana source I should say, you can Karn, go grab Treasure Vault, and then play your Paradox Engine next turn. There's also Mutant Snare Prototype, Tormod's Crypt for some graveyard interaction there, or some other interaction. And then Dollhouse's Paradox, I guess, is for just the kind of other gameplay. And if our Paradox Engine plan gets shut down somehow, you can just Paradox Engine, or sorry, Dollhouse of Horrors, turn your Lenore Elves and Kinnan and stuff into big guys, and go from there. The other new card here is Relic of Legends, which taps for 1 mana of any color, but then also has this similar static ability to Meria, which can tap an untapped legendary creature you control to make 1 mana. So now our Kinnans, our Emrys, and our Merias can be used to add mana as well. So you can already see how that would be really beneficial, again, when you're trying to storm off with Paradox Engine. I haven't seen all lists running this, so I don't want to present this as like the new tech or whatever, but I have seen Meria in all the lists, so that lets me know that this is definitely something to look at. So I have not played this before. I will let you know. So cut me a little bit of slack. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead into the games here, unless there's something I'm missing. I mean, oh, sorry, Courier's Briefcase, drawing 3 cards could be nice. We also have a Gigantha here because it's free, because this game is broken, can ban companions, yada yada. Nothing too crazy in the mana base. Yeah, enough talk, let's get into the games. Alright, here we are, we won the die roll, we'll be on the play. Yeah, I'll keep this. Right, I mentioned another great thing about, at least on Arena, is that this has Elvish Mystic now. So that's a really nice one. Go turn 2 Emry. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go turn 2 Emry. Can cast a Mox Amber from our graveyard, that's awesome. Okay. Say we'll activate Emry, targeting the Mox Amber. We'll cast the Mox Amber. We'll cast the Noir Elves. Cast a Courier's Briefcase and a second Courier's Briefcase. Okay, just dump your hand. Just dump in the hand. Of course, there's our so if I cast this, I want to tap all of these first, right? Yeah. Then if I activate this, I can target Prophetic Prism, then I can cast this, untap all my stuff, cast Prophetic Prism. Sorry, I wanna tap this and this and this. Cast Prophetic Prism, untap all my stuff. That's probably game. I wanna. Does it matter? It probably doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh, I can filter for black. I guess, yeah. Um, Can I activate this? Yeah, I can. Oh, that's funny. What do you destroy? I mean, I'm gonna tap that for mana in response. So yeah, you got it. Doesn't that mean this makes infinite, right? Yeah. Right, yeah. I guess this can make black again. Yes. Since now we keep, it doesn't matter. We can tap this. Oh, we can tap Kinnan for. So we can activate this. Cast our Box Amber. Okay, and our opponent has conceded there because we can draw our deck. Whew. Yeah, so essentially we would just be doing that until we activate Kanan and put put a non-human. So we would have to put Meria into play, and then we would generate enough mana to cast Karn, or to draw our deck and cast Karn, and yeah, that would be a win. This just two Mox Ambers and Paradox Engine plus Emery is just infinite mana, by the way, as you saw there. So yeah, I don't think we do any sideboarding. I mean, maybe we could do Aether Gust, but I don't feel like doing any sideboarding. So let's do that again. It's a close one. Opponent's probably going to have removal, but I don't think I mulligan this hand. I think, you know, just all the mana dorks should get us there. They can Thoughtseize us. We have redundancy. Yeah, they get rid of our Paradox Engine, but like they don't get rid of any of our other pieces that will help us get some value. I am fine with this. Oh, they take Prophetic Prism. Yeah, I'll just do this and play a elf. Sure. I don't really feel like besaging this. I could, but I don't want to. I think I'm just going to elf into elf. I guess I didn't need the shock there, but I'll get in for one. Why not? Alright, then here they take our Paradox Engine, right? Yeah, and then we're sad. Oh, hello. Yeah. That's pretty good. Can cast this, and then we have Beseiju up. We don't have a second artifact to start getting cards with this, but could also just beat down, right? Yeah, just like add this to our hand. Just go attacking. Is Elf Beatdown gonna get us there? Elf Tribal? Ooh. Yeah. That'll do it. Yep. I don't particularly care about their life total, so I'm okay with this. All right, here we can activate this to cast Karn. Go and grab something. So we can grab probably. Do I want to grab? I don't think I want to grab Paradox Engine, but I guess maybe I should. It's probably the correct play. That's probably wrong, because they could thought seize me. Okay, they get another land. This is fine with me. Cool. Let's go grab another thing, right? Do I? Maybe not. Because now I can play this, do I cast? I think I just cast, actually, just Giganta. And tick up on nothing.
Awaken.
All right. Oh, this can just like draw stuff with, or this can itself can be used to cast Courier Briefcase. That's kind of cool. Okay. So you get some cards, some triggers from Mayhem Devil. Okay, so they're gonna try and kill our Meria. It looks like they're gonna succeed, actually, which is a little rough, a little sad. Yeah, because they can. Oh no, they can't. That can't be activated. Neither can their treasure. Wow, that's brutal. Wow. Cool. So yeah. So I'm gonna cast this Paradox Engine. I'm gonna generate this 5 mana. I'm gonna tap these. I'm gonna tap this. I'm gonna cast this. I can draw some cards. This. Yeah. Opponent does get to trigger their Mayhem Devils twice. This is probably the only one we'll be able to activate. Yeah, because otherwise they're going to do that. We'll generate some more mana. This is going to be annoying. Hold up. I guess I instead activate these to exile the top card. Yeah, so now I can do this where I can cast Kinnan, untap stuff, tap these things again. Oh, huh? Oh, I have to oh, only one. Oh, I only get one more of these. All right, we'll just do blue. We'll tap these again. Okay, we'll cast this Emery, untap them. That was a really, really good mill. Do this again. And we're just gonna keep, okay. We'll generate more blue, I guess. I guess we can make a, oh, you know, we don't want anything else at the moment. Yeah, because now we can cast this. Tap this. Generate more cards. Hello, why is this? Oh, sorry. It's forcing me to choose a color every time, which is really annoying. Okay, cool. That should probably just win me. Because now I can start to tap my other people. Can even start to bounce. Oh, I can't channel this. Oops, that sucks. What if I did this? Okay. Well, this is awkward. Let's do this again. I guess we do this. We'll cast this Emery. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just clicking buttons. I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't matter which one I keep. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna... Oh, we're gonna activate this effect. Tap these two. We can generate a blue. We can generate more mana from here. Generate another blue. Tap 2 more artifacts to generate another card. Cast this. We'll generate another card. I don't see. This is where I hate the fact that I have a limited amount of time on my turns. Let's cast this now. We get Aether Flux Reservoir. We cast it. Okay. 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 Aether Flux Reservoir, or Paradox Engine. Whew. So you already see how easy that was. Easy. Once we got Meria and Paradox Engine out onto the battlefield, could pretty much just do whatever we wanted. Alright, here we are for our first game, and ooh, we have a spicy hand here. I think I'm gonna keep this. I've been liking a lot of our starting hands. The deck has pretty good consistency from what I've seen. Now I'm not sure how this works. I don't know if I'm casting this, right? Because if I play this costs two still. So yeah, I'm just gonna cast Little Elves and pass. Island into Faceless Haven. Interesting. I think I'm casting Mox Amber here. Yeah, because if I cast Mox Amber... Sorry, if I do Kinnan... Yeah, if I do Kinnan... And Kinnan resolves, then I can cast Emery. I guess maybe I should lead on Emery. Yeah. And play this sad tap land. Whoops. It's fine. It's really fine. So fighting against this is blue-white spirits. Or sorry, not blue-white spirits. Mono blue spirits. I'm probably tapping this first. And adding a green. Very intrigued. This courier briefcase is spicy, with Gigantha specifically too. Like just one tap of Gigantha and you get to draw 3 cards. That's pretty good. All right, like yeah. Okay, and then with Gigantha, or sorry, with Emery out, that's fine. So we get to cast this anyways. Oh, hold up. Let me play this as my land for turn. And we still get to cast Emery. And those are 2 Mox Ampers in my graveyard. So, assuming we get to cast and resolve Paradox Engine, we win the game. Yay! I'm probably just gonna slam it. I think the way to play with this deck is to just jam. There's a couple of ways to generate value here, but beginning of combat on your turn, target creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. That's annoying. That is big annoying. Land off the top? No, just a courier's briefcase. But I still get to... Actually, hold on. I still get to cast and resolve this Mox Amber, hopefully. Okay, cool. Then I will just cast a courier briefcase. And say go. Curious Obsession, sure. They still only have 3 cards, right? Again, so Emery doesn't untap. That makes a lot of sense. That's showing a lot of good understanding from our opponent. All right. So here's the thing: is probably this Paradox Engine is not resolving, but I don't really see any ways around it. Kinda just gotta jam it, hope it resolves. I mean, okay, I will cast this Emery. Untap all my stuff. And I'm gonna keep this Emery because again, I don't really care about. Okay, so I'll tap this for mana. Activate Emery. Choosing this Mox Amber. Tap this for mana. Cast this Mox Amber. Doesn't matter which one I keep. Tap this for mana, tap this for mana, activate. So then we just repeat this process over and over. Until eventually we cast Karn with a lot of mana. Alright, so notice here each time we're generating mana. Gonna keep doing this for a little bit because I don't know how many. I guess if they have keep doing this. All right, I think we've done enough. I will target this Mox Amber, but then cast Karn. Okay, then Karn will get Paradox Engine. Or sorry, not Paradox Engine, Aether Flux Reservoir. We will cast Aether Flux Reservoir. And notice that here, even if they counter it, I did this such that Emery is untapped, so I can recast the Aether Flux Reservoir. Okay, so then I will tap this, target the other Mox Amber in our graveyard. Tap this for mana, cast this Mox Amber. I don't know what our storm count is, but I assume it's a lot. Okay, it is a lot. Tap this for mana, tap this for mana, tap this to cast something. This other Mox Amber might be the same Mox Amber, I don't know, doesn't matter. And yeah, this should be game. I assume our opponent has, oh, they might just have Faceless Haven activation now that I'm realizing. Alright, we're gonna put 2 Mystical Disputes in our deck, and that's it. We're just gonna do that. What do I not want? Moonsnare prototype might be a little meh. Maybe a Relic of Legends and a Karn. Just a Karn doesn't do that much. I guess Karn is more copies of Paradox Engine, so probably want that. Probably just take away a Courier's Briefcase, since I don't see us activating that often, since we're not going to be wanting Gigantha in our hand. All right, opponent's going to be able to play this time, so they could have like 1-drop into Curious Obsession with Counterspell backup. That could be quite a doozy for us. It's a clear mulligan, and this is not much better, if I'm honest, but I guess I keep this and book back a Karn. Could go Moonsnare into Mox Amber into Emery. And by that I mean just Moonsnare prototype. That makes me want to just cast this Mox Amber in case they have a Spell Pierce. Okay. This all to just be a Spectral Sailor, yep. And Curious Obsession? Or Counter Spells? Counter Spells it is. Alright, here is an Emery. Show me a counterspell. Yep. I don't know there's much we can do about that, especially since, again, our Mox Amber doesn't actually add mana. This can tap our Mox Amber to produce 1 mana, so we can cast our card next turn, but like that was definitely the play there, regardless of what they could have had. Another Emery, you say? I'm kind of down. Just keep slamming it. Theoretically, Karn is the better card, so like I'm probably okay with this. But Karn is a lot hard. Like is not as much of a safe threat here. Ooh, it actually resolves. Very interesting. And it is there's more Mox Ambers. I think we will do this and put Gigantha into the... Oh, I guess we can just cast Karn. But I don't think I want to do that. I think I would like to just add... I forgot that we didn't need to shock this in. I kind of just dealt myself 2 damage for no reason. But maybe I'm scaring them with Mystical Dispute now, right? Because they milled the Mystical Dispute. It's like we bluff them. All right, well that's gonna tip them off that it was nothing. Let's see what they got here. Okay. Okay, so they brazen borrowed my Emery. I guess that means I can Emery now and cast Karn. Yeah. I'm waiting for Spell Pierce. Like, I'm expecting it to get Spell Pierce here. Okay. So we grab Paradox Engine, right? It's pretty obvious. Now the difficulty here is they have Brazen Borrower, they have some counter spells, so if I play Paradox Engine, it probably means I have to win or it gets countered. And here they're kind of forced to attack the card here, so I can't get another card. I guess they can just send the Rattle Chains at it. That makes sense. But they send 2 at it. That's fine.
I will be better prepared next time.
Cannon Brodder Prodigy is a nice one. I think I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna tap this for a green. Cast Cannon. Because this will allow me to cast Paradox Engine. Probably means it's getting countered though because of what my opponent's got up. I guess I could just be representing Brazen Borrower. Let's do this. Let's step this and this for blue. Let's do for green. It doesn't really matter. So they do have to counter this, or they have to bounce my Emery in response to this. Okay. Yeah. Nothing much we can do about that. Yep. Just. Oh, I guess. No. Yeah. We casting Mox Ember here does nothing. So. All right. That's our turn. Yeah. We're taking 4 here. So on a 2-turn clock now. Once again, just gonna. I guess we'll we'll activate this targeting Paradox Engine. So I can recast Paradox Engine. Cast our engine. All right. We have 1 turn. They have another answer. We're probably dead here. Although so far all their answers have been pay 3, and now we have an extra mana here, so we could be getting past this. That's lethal. Wow. Okay. Very timely. Oh wow, they hit super lethal. Wow, we were very dead. All right, they had the mono blue plant. They had the play some spirits, cast hold up counter magic, and we could not fight through it. We didn't draw our mystical disputes, and we couldn't combo fast enough. Yeah, I don't really see any changes I want to make here. I don't think I want. Yeah, because we brought out a relic. Maybe prophetic prism is not great, and we just courier case or briefcase and try and go off that way. And we'll still have access to prism if we need it, but like prism I don't think is really quintessential. It's like if we don't have Gigantha for briefcase activations or to draw a card sometimes, but yeah, there's no way to loop it, right? Because we don't have any way to sack an artifact or anything. All right, play first. Yeah, seems pretty good. We're gonna cast both of these again to get past any counter magic our opponent might have. Turn 2 Emery is real good. We could even cast this relic, actually. Hold up. Yeah, we can just cast this relic. And cast this Little Elves. Okay. Okay. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Okay, no more of our Emery. But now we can just like cast this briefcase. Let's just tap this. Draw a Giganta. Is this still a legendary? Yeah. So this is still a legendary creature. So we can still add, is it? It's green and white, so this can add green and white mana now? Instead of blue? That's pretty spicy. Unlicensed Hearse, that's gonna probably mess us up here. I guess we'll have Karn. If we can get Karn out on the battlefield, then that does nothing to us. Ooh, they got rid of Amox Amber though. That's not great. Yeah, let's just cast Giganta. Might as well play this. They've had a very slow game plan so far. They have not produced a single spirit. Like, are we playing the same deck? The other was... Okay, couriers. Sure. Yeah, let's just draw some cards, right? How can this not... Oh, that's gonna... Yeah, I was like, how... I think there's an interface issue because I should be able to use that for this. Yeah. Alright, so here's Kinnan. I don't think this wins me the game. But it certainly does a lot, right? It certainly does a lot to propel me because of the activations. Yep, you got a Rattle Chains. I'm gonna try and counter this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Yeah. Want to tap this because this can be used for relic. And I can still pay. Alright, we'll just shock here. And I'll pass after that. Alright, so my opponent has 3 cards in hand. They have very little pressure. Alright, now they have a Faceless Haven. They use 2 of their... Alright, Curious Obsession is good for them. But now we can just start activating Kinnan a bunch, probably. And also just start whacking them with Giganta. Oh, I guess they can unhearse. Oh no, Hearse will only be a 5/5. Alright, so let's start by tapping this for blue, tapping this for green, tapping these, and activating Kinnan. Okay, there's our Meria. I don't think this will work this turn right because we don't have enough artifacts. But yeah, we can just like, this is a different, yeah, this is not called Emery. This is called legitimate business person. So technically we can cast this Emery and we can have both of them on the battlefield at the same time. Now, obviously if this leaves, one of them will legend rule, but that's pretty funny. That is a Paradox engine that unfortunately this unlicensed horse is going to mess with. So we will not attack. Listen to play tapped. And we'll just chill. So yeah, they're gonna exile the Paradox engine. What I'd like to draw is a briefcase. So that we can draw cards, try and draw Karn, and then from there we can probably win. We won't need Emery, we'll just use Meria. Sure. So we'll tap this, we'll make a green, I guess, activate Kinnan. Okay, big awkward. And then just, can we activate again? Is that possible? What does it do for me? I guess this puts Emery into play again. And I can mill myself for more. Okay, so there's how many artifacts? There's only 2, so we're gonna exile them, I assume. But that means that any artifacts that I draw from this point on will be usable. So like if I top deck Courier Briefcase here, that would be awesome. But there's a couple gone, right? There's 1, 2, 3 gone. Yeah, it's real sad. Dang, this hearse actually doing work. All right, or we just top deck a Paradox engine. Yep. I think I'm just gonna tap for 5. Oh, sorry, I'll just tap my Little Elves. I'll activate this. Make a green and tap this. Yes, Paradox engine. Maybe? Yeah, I'll activate this. Tap this. Tap this. Actually, Moon Snare is probably better. Sure. Before we do that, we want to tap these guys, get another card. Sure. Okay. We just generate a bunch of mana with this. Okay, we'll cast Karn. Okay. We did the thing. Sure, that's fine. right? Yeah, that's fine. Let's activate Karn here. They have one card in hand, so
My grief
we'll get
fuels my
Aether Flux. We'll tap these for a bunch of mana, just in case. Actually, do you even need to? Yes, because we're about to cast it again, so. Again, none of these really matters. None of this matters. I should be generating white mana, I'm just realizing. We'll cast Paradox Engine again. Actually now, even if they had a like Disdainful Stroke or Negate, we still could we? Maybe not. Well, they didn't have it, so. So, wow. Yeah. This is legit. I thought it would be good. It felt good. It's really good. Yeah, there's just so much value that this card provides. Adding more mana, making it easier to get cards with Paradox Engine going. Being a card that you can get off of Kinnan, that was really relevant a lot of times. I knew of the power level of this deck, or how powerful it could be, right when just seeing the Emery Mox Amber loops and how powerful that can be. Even without Meria and Relic, the deck still felt good. And Meria and Relic just add more to it. Relic seems really good here because turning Kinnan and Emery's and everything into mana when you don't need them to do their other things is really good. And saying Meria herself, right? Right. So you just now get to just use Meria to generate cards and mana just with those two cards on the field. So really, really powerful. We were able to fight through a lot of disruption through Thoughtseize, through counter spells, bounces, you name it. Really good. And the deck, even though you would think, oh, this is a combo deck, it's better in best of one. This deck has a lot of play to it. And it has room for a couple of sideboard cards that are pretty crucial, like Aether Gust and Mystical Dispute. None of them really ever came up, but again, a lot of that Spirit matchup would have been heavily solved with a single Mystical Dispute. The utility lands are also nice for a couple of situations where I wanted Seiju or Otawara. Karn shutting off a couple of things, shutting off Unlicensed Her, shutting off some of the artifacts in the Sacrifice deck. So all of the pieces of this deck just work so well together. Kinnan is a really powerful card. If you play CDH, you know what this card does. Emery providing a lot of recursive value. So a lot of times, I think especially in that Spirits matchup, right, we cast our Paradox Engine, it got countered, but our Emery was still in the field. So next turn we just recast our Paradox Engine, and every turn was just, do you have a counter spell? Do you have a counter spell? And if the answer was ever no, we just instantly won the game. So really, really cool deck. I also really liked Courier's Briefcase showing up. This is kind of like a little under the radar card that turns out to be really powerful, especially with Gigantha, but also with Relic. You can just start adding a bunch of colored mana. Prophetic Prism, also helping us do that if we have Paradox Engine going. Every time we untap, we filter into some other kind of mana, and then we draw 3 cards with Briefcase. Yeah, felt really good. I'm not sure if Prophetic Prism is worth it. It's a cantrip, it's an artifact, it's cheap, it's not doing much, and it's just a one-of. But I don't know what else this could be. Could just be a 4th Moonsnare prototype. I kind of was missing some of those early ramp in some games. But But yeah, really cool deck, and really cool to see a really interesting legendary in the red-green colors that works with artifacts. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, remember, leave a like, comment, subscribe, would really help me out. And yeah, I'm gonna be trying to do some things like this every now and again, as well as still trying to do my commander stuff. But I have been really enjoying Spellslingers. Go ahead and check that game out if you haven't. Yeah, all right, guys, hope to see you in the next video, and I'll see you there.